What's up, you guys? This is Cody with Cody Walling Fishing. Today we're going to be talking about the best 5 kayaks for big anglers. So I can only assume you're here right now because you want to know the best 5 kayaks for big anglers. Obviously, I can't go around trying all of these kayaks. They're usually very expensive units, and getting a company to just send me a kayak is kind of a tough deal. So what I've done is I've gone to each of the company's websites and looked at all metrics listed by these companies and compared them out for a statistical answer on what are the best 5 kayaks for big anglers. And so what we've looked at length of the kayak, we looked at width of the kayak, we looked at the capacity of the kayak, the propulsion method of the kayak, and then finally the price of the kayak. And we weigh all of these things together and bring about an average that I think generates the best answer for the best 5 kayaks for big guys. So without further ado, let's get into it. Starting off our list as the 5th best kayak and our top 5 kayaks for big anglers is the Feel Free Lure 13.5 with the overdrive pedal system. This kayak is a really stout size. It comes in at 13 feet and 6 inches long, which is very, very long. It's long as old blue here. And then we have 35 inches wide. It has a capacity of 500 pounds, so even as a bigger angler, you can fit yourself plus a modest amount of gear. Now, the real nice thing with this kayak is it comes in at a really, for what we're looking at, affordable price point. So for $2,099, you get the whole Feel Free Lure 13.5 with the pedal system. So that, for what you're getting, I feel is a great value, and just enough to place the Feel Free Lure 13.5 as 5th on our best kayaks for big anglers. Coming in at number 4 for the top 5 kayaks for big anglers is none other than the Jackson Kayaks Big Rig FD. And big rig this thing is. It comes in at 13 foot 3 inches long, which is slightly shorter than the Feel Free that we just looked at, but it makes up for it with the width. This big rig comes in at 40 inches wide. If you have any concern about stability on the water, that combination of 13 foot plus 40 inches wide should wipe out any concern you have. This thing is going to be stable. Another benefit of this kayak is its whopping 550-pound capacity. If you're a larger angler, you should have no worries using the pedal drive system and carrying 50 to 100 pounds of gear. You'll be sorted. Now, one of the things we do have to worry about is that price tag, but that's going to be common. As we go up in this list, prices are obviously going to go up. This Jackson Kayak Big Rig FD retails at $4,000. So it's a healthy chunk of change, but I have no doubts that the Jackson Kayak Big Rig FD is going to perform exactly as you would expect for your $4,000. Coming in at number 3 on our list of top 5 kayaks for big anglers is the NuCanoe Frontier 12. This kayak is one of the more interesting kayaks that we have on our list because it is completely modular. NuCanoe markets this kayak as both a hunting and fishing kayak. They also give the option that with the purchase of an extra seat, you can run this kayak as a tandem kayak. So you have tons of options. And the way this is set up, you're basically purchasing a hull, and then everything else is up to you. If you want to add a motor, it's up to you. If you want to add batteries, tackle crates, everything like that, it's up to you. Where you want to run your seat, it's up to you. Oh, by the way, the seat swivels, which I think is a pretty cool feature. But before we go on about all the things that the NuCanoe Frontier 12 has to offer, let's talk about some of the metrics. NuCanoe Frontier 12, as the name indicates, is a 12-foot long kayak. And while we sacrifice some length, this thing makes up for it in the width. This is our widest kayak that we're going to look at 41 inches wide. If that indicates anything, it indicates that this thing has a great amount of stability. And it's obvious in the way that New Canoe markets it. They market it as a tandem. They market it as a heavy-duty hunting or fishing kayak. This thing is the picture of stability. But also, let's not get all caught up on the length and the width, because this thing boasts a great capacity of 650 pounds. That's right, load it down. Bring your rifle, bring your shotgun, go and bring all the fishing gear you want, because this kayak will hold it. Now, the most incredible thing on this list that is going to be a selling point for a lot of people is its price tag. You would think that with such a modular option and an option that allows you to do what you want and build it out the way you want with such great capacity is going to be over the top expensive. This kayak retails for $1,699. Now, when I say that, I want you guys to remember that this does not come with a pedal drive. It does not come with a motor. So you're going to have to put those in yourself, which are added costs onto the top of that price tag. But $1,699, and you have a very solid, stable, and capable hull. We're getting down to the nitty-gritty. The kayak in position number 2 of our top 5 kayaks for big anglers is none other than the Old Town Autopilot 136. That's right, you're number 2, Old Blue. So this kayak I can definitely speak to from personal experience that this is a phenomenal fishing platform. I've spent hundreds of hours in this kayak traveling to fishing spots in rough water and calm water and going entire days of fishing with little to no issues out of this platform. The only time I've ever had an issue, it was completely user error, not the fault of the kayak at all. But let's get into the statistics, because I can speak till I'm blue in the face about how nice this kayak is, but it's only fair to compare it statistically like the rest of these kayaks. So our Old Town Autopilot 136 comes in at a length of 13 foot and 6 inches long and has a width of 37 inches. So it has a similar frame to that Feel Free that we talked about at position number 5, but it is wider, which means more stability. Then we look at the juiciest part of the Old Town Autopilot 136 is its 660 pounds of capacity. This kayak has the highest capacity out of all the kayaks we look at, which is absolutely incredible. You can fit all the gear you want in this kayak, and trust me, I'm putting some gear in this thing. I'm probably fitting 50 to 100 pounds of gear, batteries, depth finders, all the stuff you can think of that you'd want to put in a fishing kayak. I'm probably carrying it, and it does a great job. Now, the downside here is our price. This kayak comes in at a whopping $5,000. I know, that's a lot of money. It's a lot of money to a lot of people. And is it worth it? That's something you'll have to evaluate for yourself. But I have not regretted my purchase yet. One of the things that you want to think about, though, when spending that $5,000 is this Minn Kota trolling motor here. Because what this affords you is, one, you have motorized propulsion. You don't have to spend extra on that like you would for these other kayaks. But also, this trolling motor has a spot lock feature. So you get to the area you want to fish, you push the button, it locks it based on your GPS, and you're fishing hands-free in that area for as long as you'd like. Very cool feature, but this thing, again, it's a hefty price tag. So that's why it lands it at number 2 on our list of top 5 kayaks for big anglers. All right, and here we are. We finally made it. The moment you've been waiting for, the reason you've been sitting here for the last few minutes screaming, "What's number 1?" Number 1 on our list of best kayaks for big anglers is none other than the Hobie Pro Angler 14. The Hobie Pro Angler 14 is a staple in the minds of hardcore kayak anglers. It is one of the best platforms you can buy if you are serious about kayak fishing. It has some great statistics, some great stability. If you go and look at this thing, it has a length of 13 foot, 8 inches long with a width of 38 inches. That means it is longer and wider than our Old Town Autopilot 136, which should mean more stability. It also boasts a capacity of 600 pounds. So, while you don't have the 660 pounds that the Pro Angler does, 600 pounds is still more than enough for your average Joe. And then we need to talk about the pedal drive, because the pedal drive is very unique for the pro anglers. They have what is called a Mirage drive, which not only enables you to move forward and backward, but it also enables you to move side to side. This kayak is really, really cool, and I would love to get my hands on one just to demo them one day. You can see clips of pro anglers that fish out of them, like Christine Fisher. She is doing some crazy things out of her Pro Angler, and I think if I were her in the same situations, I would probably be in the water a lot of the time. But she's a really talented angler and makes her Pro Angler look great. But let's talk about price. $4,799. You're not getting a motor. You're getting that Mirage drive that we just spoke about, which is still a great feature that has loads of engineering incorporated into it. But again, that's a hefty price tag. That's the second most expensive kayak on our list. So number one, what do you guys think? Did I miss something? Do you guys think that there's a kayak out there that should have been on this list? Let me know. Guys, thank you so much for stopping in and taking the time to watch this video. Hopefully this video helps y'all some. If you're a bigger angler and you're in the market looking to get into kayak fishing, maybe this brought light to a kayak that fits your needs. We can sit here and scream Old Town Autopilot. Somebody else can scream Hobie Pro Angler. Somebody else can scream Feel Free Lure. What it boils down to, guys, is what you need. And so my suggestion is, while we can look at this list statistically, I would recommend going and finding a kayak or a pro shop near you where you can go and actually demo these kayaks and see which kayak best fits your needs. Because all of us are different. Some might need a little bit more stability, some might need a different propulsion method, and some of us may be working on a budget while others are throwing budget out the window. It all matters what you need. So hopefully this list has helped you guys out some. I hope that you guys are more encouraged to see some of the options that are out there for larger anglers. And I want you guys to know it can be done. So if you guys are still here, please like, comment, subscribe, share the video with some of your friends or someone that you might think that this video would benefit. I would really appreciate you guys' help growing the community. Over on Facebook, I started a heavy duty anglers and friends group page. If you want, go over there and join. We're talking heavy duty angling, kayak fishing, and everything like that. Come in and put in your 2 cents, and let's grow and benefit from this community together. Thank y'all guys so much again for watching, and you guys have a great day.